Hey everyone, this is Brad. I am sitting having a charge in Oshkosh before going to a meeting, but wanted to share a little bit on an interesting meeting I had today. Had a lunch with two veterans, one of whom was one of my closest friends I served with while I was in the military, and another gentleman who I just met today who actually served at the Pentagon as a first responder during 9/11 in a unit in DC. And we spent a lot of time talking about some of the different issues veterans are facing right now, some of which I actually hadn't been aware of even as a veteran myself. So one of the things I'm going to spend some time here doing is sharing stories and information I'm finding as I'm having discussions with that community as well. And I'll start today just maybe highlighting two that really stood out from our discussion today, and there were so many others. One is an act called the Major Richard Starr Act, which is an act that we discussed, still hasn't passed Congress, even though it has substantial bipartisan support, and it just isn't getting out of committee and onto a floor vote. And what that act seeks to do is not penalize soldiers and service members who are combat injured and then have to medically retire early before they are able to fully retire, and then they lose some of their earned retirement benefits and pay because of that, through no fault of their own. So this is something that absolutely must get through, and as a veteran, I'm so disappointed to hear, even with bipartisan support, this is not getting through. So I look forward to being able to help support and advocate for that and draw more visibility and awareness. The other one that really hits home too was the guy I had lunch with served, and he was a first responder at the Pentagon during 9/11. And it turns out that because the Pentagon was not actually part of under the same World Trade Center coverage and consideration, he is not getting ability to be covered under the PACT Act the same way that other 9/11 first responders are. And there's apparently approximately 10,000 service members who are facing this same challenge. And so many of them are having the same exposure concerns and issues that other first responders are on other sites like the World Trade Center. And so this is something we absolutely have to address. And we're coming up on the 25th anniversary this year of the 9/11 attacks. And I think one of the trends I'm really disappointed to see is that veteran support is an issue that has wide bipartisan support. And you hear everyone go out there and talk about supporting the veterans, how we all support our veterans, all politicians doing that. And yet there are issues and examples time and time again where things are not getting out of committee, even when they have bipartisan support at both the state level and as a federal level, and getting a vote and getting turned into law. So one of the things I'm eager to do is to help tell the stories, continue meeting with other veterans, and also see what we can do to help advocate for those who have served our country. We need to do better than we are right now. Talk is cheap, action is what matters. So next, I'm headed up to a spaghetti dinner in Winnebago County here in Oshkosh, and then I'll be back home. And I'll share more about some of the different stories and insights from the veterans discussions as we go. So hope you all have a great day. Take care.